Coming to you from the Deep South, this is the Blue Collar Leadership Podcast. High-impact leadership is not reserved for leaders, and it has nothing to do with your position, title, or rank. However, it does have everything to do with your character. It's time to climb to the next level and beyond, personally and professionally. Now, let's start making it happen with your host, Mac Story.
All right, folks. So today we're on part 4 of what I learned from the 7 habits. So habit 4 is think win-win. Today we're moving into the public victory. The first 3 habits were about the private victory. And now we're moving into the public victory, which means we're starting to interact with others. So that's why this habit 4 is so powerful. Think win-win. I want to win. I want you to win. And a lot of people misunderstand it. And some people totally think they understand it. But I'll give you a great example. And even before I give you that example, let me say, to apply this habit and live this habit, you have to have an abundance mindset. It means there's plenty for everyone. Too many people have a scarcity mindset. Scarcity means everything's limited. So I got to go grab everything. I got to get all I can get, because if I don't get my part, somebody else is going to get it. Abundance says there's plenty for everybody. I can get as much as I want. You can get as much as you want. And abundance is an abundant mindset is a choice. So just like today, I'm on this podcast speaking to you. I'm wanting to help you grow and develop, because I need your help to transform the blue collar workforce and the industries, the blue collar industries. I can't do it by myself. Can't even come close. It's going to take all of us, and it starts with each of us. So some people may say, what I'm doing right now, how is it a win? I'm taking my time to record all these episodes and go through and develop this podcast, and I'm not getting paid for it. Some people say, yeah, but you might make money. You might sell books. You might do all that. Yeah, you might. I might. I don't know. I didn't start doing it for the money. I started doing it to make a difference. But the win for me is I don't even know you likely. I may know you. I may not know you. I don't know where you're at, where you come from, where you're going. Some of you, again, I may know, but the majority of the people listening could be from all around the world, and I may never meet you. But the value for me, the win for me, is first of all, you're listening, and I'm trying to make a positive impact on your life in hopes that you're going to go out and positively impact other people's lives. So that's the win for me. And so let me explain it to you. I was teaching this in a session one time, and I was talking about thinking win-win, and I was in a blue-collar manufacturing environment. And one of the frontline guys says, I hear you, Mac. I understand what you're saying, and it makes all kind of perfect sense when you're talking about it. But he said, I ain't sure if I'm bought into it. I said, okay. I said, you got an example? He said, yeah, a real simple example. We can just help everybody in the room right now understand it. I said, okay. He said, let's say we're going to paint that wall in front of the room. We're on the same team, and we decide we're going to paint the wall. Now, let's say that I want the wall red and you want it black. He said, how do we make a win-win out of that? We want 2 different things. I said, you want it red? I want it black? He said, yep. I said, we paint it red. He said, well, you're not winning. I said, well, why do you say that? He said, well, if we painted it black, I wouldn't be winning. I said, oh, okay. I said, yeah, that'll help. That helps me explain it a lot. I said, so when we're thinking win-win, when I'm thinking win-win, it all comes down to what we value. I said, the difference in me and you at this moment in your example is I value our relationship much more than I value the color of that wall. So if you want the wall red and I want it black, and I value the relationship and I don't want any friction, and a wall is a wall and I really don't care what color it is, let's paint the wall red and our relationship becomes stronger, and you get what you want and I get what I want. Because, see, I really don't care about the wall, not much as I care about the relationship. And you could see his wheels start spinning, and the other people in the room, their wheels started spinning a little bit. And he's like, okay, I get it. I got it now. And that's what it's about. Thinking win-win is valuing the other person. And we may have been able to continue that talk, and he said that wouldn't work. Maybe we could come up with a compromise, some other color, not even black or red, something completely different. But that's really not a compromise. That's a synergize. Whenever we have to give up something, we're compromising. But we can work together to come up with something better. We're synergizing. And I don't want to get ahead of myself, but that's habit 6, and we'll talk about it a little bit later on. Right now, though, the main thing, as you move into the public with your growth and development, you got to think, how do I help other people win? Zig Ziglar said it best. If you help enough other people get what they want, they'll help you get what you want. That's what win-win is all about. And there's also win-lose, where it's all about me. I'm trying to manipulate you. So I'm winning, you're losing. Or lose-win, where you're trying to manipulate me, you're winning, I'm losing. And then Dr. Covey also talked about win-win, no deal. And that's a good way to approach things if you know how to talk about it. You say, hey, let's work together. We can come up with something where we both win. If we can't both win, then let's agree in the beginning that we're just not going to have a deal and there's going to be no hard feelings. So what all this is about is taking control of your mind, thinking and living intentionally. I know there's a whole lot of people in the blue-collar workforce that want to do more, have more, be more. And these simple 7 habits are at the root of everything I've ever read and learned after that, everything I've ever written. I can take anything anyone can tell me, any book I can read, and I can tie it back to the 7 habits. That's why I'm kind of covering them with you at the beginning of this podcast. You know, we're quite a few episodes in now, but before I start talking about my books and all those sort of things, I want to just put a little bit of time into the 7 habits. So I hope you got some value out of that. It seems common sense, but remember, everything that's common sense is not always common practice. So have a great day. Talk to you next time.
Make it happen, or someone else will. It might as well be you. Are you serious about taking your career and your life to the next level and beyond? Check out Mac Story's Blue Collar Leadership series books and others, now available on audio, along with paperback and ebooks at Amazon, iTunes, and Audible. Please visit bluecollarleadership.com to learn about Mac's books, programs, special offers, certifications, and more. Thank you for listening to the Blue Collar Leadership Podcast.